Good morning. And yes, I know I might make some people angry. I might even piss some people off when I say stop lying to yourself. And I am absolutely serious when I say if you think that you're not lying to yourself, that you aren't doing it right now. We lie to ourselves and we do it all the time. And well, I have to say, the first time I realized I was lying to myself, like outright lying to myself, I'm shocked. Well, I'm still shocked at times when I do it. There can be circumstances that occur in our everyday that we are lying to ourselves and we don't even realize it. Some of the everyday occurrences that say we're lying to ourselves. I had a rough night's sleep, so it must mean I'm tired today. Yet, how many times have you been inspired or had a project to work on or something fun to do, and despite the fact that you didn't sleep well last night, you didn't feel tired? So just because you didn't sleep well, or maybe not as many hours as you would have liked to sleep, or that you know can be ideal to sleep, does not mean that you're going to be tired today. Or after you complete a job, whether it's for yourself, something at home, well, for yourself as an entrepreneur or in a career, if somebody doesn't say good job or give you a testimonial, when does the doubt start to creep in? Well, did I do a good job? Why wouldn't they say I did a good job? Why wouldn't they give me a testimonial? Or why, when I ask for testimonials and they say yes, they don't ever submit it? Does it mean I didn't do a good job? I work with clients, and it's happened for myself sometimes. This was something that I I questioned for myself, and now I have clients who will say it to me. Like, people aren't giving me testimonials, and I'm wondering if I'm doing a good job. Again, one doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the other. I don't have any leads or new clients come in. I must not be good at what I do, or I must not be communicating it well, or let me see what else. Or I must not be good enough for somebody to be sending me referrals. Do we know that's true? There can be so many different reasons why you don't have leads right now, or why you don't have new clients right now. And it may have nothing to do with the stories that you're telling yourself. There was an example that I was talking about with a client recently. When she got on our call together, she said, "Ugh, I've had an absolutely horrendous week, horrendous," and proceeded to go right into all the things that to her made it her a horrendous week. When she was done, I said, "Okay, so I heard that something occurred on 3, maybe 4 days out of the week." I asked if they were all related. I asked if they were a continuation of an event, or if they were all separate occurrences. And she stopped and she's like, they were separate occurrences. And I said, how much time did you spend with each of those occurrences? She's like, well, I guess about an hour, maybe a little bit longer. So if we said 4 occurrences and even said 2 hours for each occurrence, that's 8 hours out of her week. There are 168 hours in a week. So she put this qualifier to her week that it was a horrendous, horrendous week, and was giving me all the reasons that it was. When we broke it down, only 8 hours out of 168 were rough. And I could see how that was already starting to shift her perception of this week. And so I asked her, did something or someone tell her she had a horrendous week, or did she add that meaning to those events, those about an hour long 4 events in the course of a week? Did she add that meaning of it was a horrendous week? And she realized she did. So again, these 4 smaller events, rough events, not happy events, became, oh, I had this horrendous week. I know I've done it. So I'm sharing this because I offer that you start to look at what's really true and break it down if you have to. I was on a call yesterday with someone who was talking about how she didn't trust herself. And at first it seemed like maybe she didn't trust herself and the decisions that she made because she used to speak about it with a partner, and now she couldn't do that. And after we talked about it further, I said, okay, so you don't trust yourself with decisions? She's like, no, actually, I do trust myself with decisions. And I was like, okay. And then the conversation continued, and I said, but you said you don't trust yourself, so where don't you trust yourself? And she stopped and she considered. I'm like, is it at home? Is it at your job? Is it with your family? Is it about yourself? And the answers were no, no, no. And you could feel the energy immediately shift. She's like, wow, I do trust myself. She had made this assumption about herself. She had made this decision about herself. And she was telling herself a story or lying to herself that she didn't trust herself. When in fact, when we started to break it down and ask more specific questions, she actually did come to the realization that she trusted herself. So what lies are you telling yourself? And what's the truth? Start to break them down, start to look at them, and see what new truths you discover about yourself. I would love to hear what you discover. I'd love to hear what you were telling lies about. And of course, if you've got questions or comments, feel free to post them below. And I will respond whether we're still live or not. Hey, Nancy. And I will respond at a later time. And of course, if you want support in helping to uncover the lies that you're telling yourself, then send me a direct message and I'll get back to you. All right, I'm sending you love, health, and ease in your transformation until we connect again. Talk to you later.